Welcome to session 2 of our evening sessions. We have that morning session also. So we're going to pick up, Swami will pick up is the power of God is a great citizen of Ayodhya, and by so doing addressing us also.
It's a nice Kabir bhajan. I'll tell you the meaning after. Zara halke gari haako, mere Ram gari haako. Zara halke gari, zara dhire dhire gari haako, mere Ram gari haako. Zara hole hole gari haako, mere Ram gari haako. Zara halke gari haako, mere Ram gari गारी मारी रंग रंगीली पैया लाल गुलाल, गारी मारी रंग रंगीली पैया लाल गुलाल। हाकन वाली चैल चढ़ी बैठक वाला राम, हाकन वाली चैल चढ़ी बैठक वाला राम। ओ भैया हल्के गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। जरा धीरे धीरे गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। जरा होले होले गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। गारी एक की रेत में वही मगल पड़ी है, गारी एक की रेत में वही मगल पड़ी है। धर्मी धर्मी पाप गया पापी चकना, धर्मी धर्मी पाप गया पापी चकना चूर। भैया हल्के गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। जरा होले होले गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। जरा धीरे धीरे गारी हाको, मेरे राम गारी वाले। देश देश का वैद बुलाया, लाया घड़ी और मोटी, बुलाया लाया जड़ी और मोटी। जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम आए जब राम की लड़की रूठी, जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम आए जब राम की लड़की रूठी। भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाको, मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाको, मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। चार जने मिल मतो उठायो पांजी काटी ढोली। चार जने मिल मतो उठायो पांजी काटी ढोली। ले जाकर मर घर पे रखिया पुत्री कैसी होली। ले जाकर मर घर पे रखिया पुत्री कैसी होली। भैया हल्के गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। जरा होले होले गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। बिलख बिलख करती यारो वे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोड़ी। बिलख बिलख करती यारो वे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोड़ी। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोड़ी तिन जोड़ी। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोड़ी तिन जोड़ी। भैया हल्के गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। जरा होले होले गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी नाचो मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले। मेरे राम गाड़ी। So Kabir Sahib is telling to go lightly and take care of this body. This body is gari. Gari means the vehicle, and you are the driver. You are the chauffeur of this vehicle. But you have to take care because the passenger inside is Ram. You are the driver and this is the vehicle and the passenger is Ram. So if you have such a good passenger, well, you have to. But what do human beings do? Well, we don't take care of the body. We don't go slowly. We abuse the body and wake whole night and sleep whole day. And the body is something which belongs to Prakriti, and the Prakriti operates in a certain way. So we have to make sure that they fall in line with the Prakriti. Like the birds sleep in the night and they wake up in the morning and they sing. So they are all in line with Prakriti. But human beings, we fall out of sync with Prakriti and all that kind of thing. And the body gets abused. So he says, Gari Mari Rang Rangili Paiya Hai Lal Gulal. It has two nice wheels. This body is vehicle of the body has two nice wheels. And one wheel is red and one wheel is pink, like that. Like flesh and blood. The body is made up of things like that. And Hakanawali Chal Chabili, and Maya is the one that has fashioned it and is making it work. Maya. Then Baitanawala Ram, but Ram is sitting inside. Gari atiki rete mein bhai majal pari hai tu. Means to say, our body we got stuck with this body in this mud of samsara. In the mud of samsara. And then the destination is still far away. Meaning to say that the body will not take us properly on this journey because we have abused it and done so many bad things and all. And when you sit like that for meditation, in other words, at that time you're supposed to concentrate on Shivoham, I am Shiva, and Chidananda Rupa. That time you're thinking about the pain in the knee and the back, sar dard, headache, this, that, all sorts of things, because we did not treat the body properly. You get stuck in this mud of samsara, and the destination is still far away. Dharmi dharmi par utar gaya, papi chaknachur. Those who follow dharma and become dharmi, they cross over. Who follow everything properly and become dharmi, they cross over. And papi chaknachur, those who engage in papa, they get pulverized, crushed in this sansar. And then when the body becomes abused, when we abuse the body and becomes infected and affected, and when it has all the diseases and all the lifestyle diseases, and well, mostly today's world is lifestyle diseases, isn't it? Like that. Then what? Desha ka ber bulaya, laya jari aur booty. Means he calls doctors from this place, that place, everywhere, and brings everybody. Or he goes to different place. I recently called somebody, he was in Colombia, looking for medical attention. Because maybe it's cheaper there or something. So, all different types of doctors, he consults and this and that, and they bring all the different types of medicine and this and that. Jari booty tere kaam na aayi, jab Ram ke ghar ki tooti. But none of these medicines do anything, because when you suffer from our lifestyle disease, like the heart is affected, all the whatever, then how you'll bring it back? Even after they do the plumbing job, you're still not the same. Isn't it? Can't be the same. You've already broken the body. Char jane mil, then what happened? Mar gaye. Char jane mil mein to uthayo. 4 people, they lift him. And they put him on Bandhi Kaath ki Gori. I don't know if you all have seen this, is of course in Varanasi and all, they carry them. Yeah, that bamboo, wooden, yeah. So they put him on that and le jaakar margat pe rakhiya. They take him now to the smashan, cremation site. And Kavi Sahib also makes fun out of the whole thing. Phuk dini jaisi holi. You know, when, I don't know if you know, but when that body is being cremated, that skull cracks, pops like that. So like holy fireworks. It blows like fireworks like that. And then nearby there, the wife is crying. Vilakh vilakh kar tiriya rowe. The wife is crying why? Because this fellow is gone. Bichari gayi meri jodi. My life partner has gone away. And Kabir Sahib says, Kahe Kabir suno bhai sadho, jin jodi tin tori. But in this world, lesson is, when we come together, coming together will also be accompanied by splitting. Because one will have to go, one will have to leave the other and go. So coming together should not be seen as the permanent thing. One day, one will go first and then the other one will go after also. Aaye bhi akela, jaye bhi akela. You know that. Anyway, so like this, he has written so many wonderful bhajan and all. You want to hear one more? Tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe. Okay. Jai 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 Raghava Janki Vallabha Jai 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 Raghava Janki Vallabha Jai Sur Naravanta Jamavant Sevita Jai Sur Naravanta Jamavant Sevita जय 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 राघव जानकी वल्लभा जय जय राघव जानकी वल्लभा जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जगन्नाथ जानकी कांत राम जनार्दन जानकी कांत राम जनन मरण वर्षिका जनकपुर विराजिका जनन मरण वर्षिका जनन मरण वर्षिका जनकपुर विराजिका जय 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 राघव जानकी वल्लभा जय जय राघव जानकी वल्लभा जानकी वल्लभा जानकी वल्लभा श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय गजाननम भूतगणासेवितं कपितजम्बो फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाम्यापहा समस्त जन कल्याण निरतम करुणा नमामि चिन्मयं देवं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मवेद्वरं लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगम् जितेन्द्रियं धीमतां वरिष्ठम् वातात्मजं वानरयूथम् श्रीरामदूतम् शिरसा नमामि। बोलो राम 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 सीता राम 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 बोलो राम राम राजा राम 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 सीता राम 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 मंगल भवन मंगलहारी प्रभु सदस्य अजय बिहारी प्रभु चरियाई प्राण जाए भजन रामाना भगति राम नाम अवध समाज राम राजा राम 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 सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. When we left it last night, we saw Bhagavan Shri Ram speaking to the people of Ayodhya. This is after number 43 in the Uttarakhand. And we call it Pura Jana Gita, I told you, because Bhagavan called the people of the Pura in city, and Jana means people. Pura Jana Gita. He is giving Upadesh to all the people of the Ayodhya Nagari. And the main topic which he starts with is the fortune we all have in having this human body. And that's such a long topic that last night we did not finish also. Bhagavan still talks about it. Today we have to continue from there. So this is midway after 43. It starts with Akar आकर चारी लक्ष 84. See from there. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. आकर चारि लक्ष 84 जो निगमत यह जीव अविनाशी हिरक माया कर प्रेरा काल कर्म अवगुण घेरा तब हुत करी करुणा नरतन भव माहि कहु बोलो नरतन भव माहि कहु तेरो सन्मुख मरुग्रह मेरो करण थार सतगुरु नावा दुर्लभ साज सुलभ करि पावा जय रघुराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय आकर चारि लक्ष 84 जोनि भ्रमत यह जीव अविनाशी jiva, the jiva who is eternal. When we see these words, actually because we all grew up in the Western society and all, when we see I am eternal, we translate those words properly in Western senses, and that is we're not supposed to translate like that, but we do that because we are brought up here in the West. So the first thing when we see that word Avinashi means to say I am eternal, means what? It means I was never created by anybody. There is no such thing as we were created by God. That is all Christian and Muslim teaching. We have to get this thing out of our head. I was not created. There was no time when God was sitting there and then he said, I am alone, maybe I should make some other human being, something. Avinashi, Ishvara Amsa Jiva Avinashi. The Avinashi, eternal Jiva, has always been there. You are not created at any time. That belongs to other religions. And if you really study the whole creation theory properly, if you study it, you'll realize it is totally illogical and irrational. It is an impossibility, creation. Because, let me just tell you how. Little bit of study you'll have to do only. The act of creation has to happen at a certain time or not. Every act can only happen at a certain time. So there was no being before. So that's before. Time, you already invoked time. There was no being before. And now the beings were created at this time. And then thereafter there were beings. So there has to be a before there was beings. There has to be a time when the beings were created, and then there has to be an after they were created. Now they continued living and all that kind of thing. So there has to be before, during, and after. Okay, that means to say if creation is going to take place, first you have to have time. Isn't it? Time is a prerequisite. Then you say, who created time? Well, God only created time. Then you ask, at what time? Because remember, there is no time. So the rishis logically thought about this thing years, millennia ago, and they realized this thing is not logical, not tenable logically, rationally. Therefore, this jiva everywhere is written as avinashi. He is anadi and ananta, beginningless and endless. This universe and maya and jiva and paramatma, all beginningless and endless. It will be like asking you, since when did water start becoming wet? Can you answer? At one time water was dry and suddenly started becoming. But no, we say water has always been wet. In the very same way, we have always been there. Bhagavad Gita starts like this. Bhagavad Gita's lesson starts like this only. My dear Arjuna, natve vaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. In the beginning, when Bhagavan starts teaching in the Gita, he tells this verse. There was never a time when you were not, nor any of these kings, nor me. We have always been there. There was never a time in the past when we were not there. Nor shall there come a time in future when we will not be there. We have always been there and will always be there. So we do not have this creation in Sanatana Dharma. What we have, however, is something called as manifest to unmanifest and unmanifest to manifest. It means to say, when I die, like for example, now when I leave this body, I go into a state called as unmanifest. I don't disappear. I go into an unmanifest state. And then I go somewhere, other place in this universe, and I become manifest. Like that. Manifest means visible to the eyes. Unmanifest means not visible to the eyes. So the whole universe is like going from manifest to unmanifest. Whole universe. Like for example, this temple was not there at one time. But now it is manifest. But it will always be there. No, it will also go into unmanifest at some time. So like this, sometimes they were in an unmanifest state, and then they became manifest, and they will not be there forever, isn't it? Trees, animals, dinosaurs, everything, they go from manifest to. Therefore, we don't have to worry. The dinosaurs are there. Again, they will come, or they will manifest in some other loka, in some other world, and all of that sort of thing. This is Sanatana Dharma. Because we are all brought up in the West, we think like Pakka Christians. But Sanatana Dharma is different. So, the Jiva is Avinashi, and Akarachari Lacha Chaurasi. And the Jiva moves now from one different, same Jiva who is living in this body, who can be born in any other type of body. And how many types of bodies are there? It's 8.4 million. 8.4 million species. I can be born as a bug, as a cricket, a seagull, a bird, a monkey, donkey, frog, dog, hog, anything. You can be born as anything. You see? So, 8.4 million species. And then people, when they see this in Ramayana, they tell, no, there's something wrong with your Ramayana. Tulsidas ji did not know properly. Bhagwan Shiva did not know properly. 8.4 million. When we count, we get so many more millions. When biology, in modern biology, when they count, botany and all, they get so many species, isn't it? So we tell, no, there's nothing wrong with 8.4 million species. It's proper only. Your biology and all, you classify in one way and we classify in a different way. I'll give you an example. Like, we say pakshi, bird, right? We say bird. So that's one species. But for you now, how many species you get in biology? Bird itself will have 1 million species or whatever. So your number will be bigger or not? Your number will be bigger. You will have many more species because you classify in a different way. And we say, look here. This is such a simple thing. Why did you call it bird in the first place? Because all of them have something in common, isn't it? All the flying creatures, they have something in common. So based on that one common thing which they all have, we named that as one species. Butterflies. Butterfly is butterfly. All butterfly is still butterfly, isn't it? But you say, no, we have 50,000 species of butterflies. We say, no, only. That is all together, there is only one species. So now my number is 8.4 million and your number is like 8.4 billion. That is all. It's just a different way of classifying, and not any big thing. And Shastra is not wrong. Otherwise, immediately when biology student read this, they say 8.4 million species. No. In biology, we learned you have so many more million species. Right. So this jiva, he goes from this species to that species to that species to the other species. I told you this will come up. Yeah. Yesterday I was telling you it will come up. Phirata sada maya kar prera, and moved by maya. Means tossed about here and there by Maya. And then he is also subject to Kal, Karma, Subhav and Guna. Kal means time. We are all subject to time. And time also means death. What we call as death. It means this body will go. Kal, Karma. He is subject to Karma. Karma is a big topic and we dealt with that yesterday also. Karma. See, karma means all what actions we are doing. Let me tell you please listen to this and keep it in the mind. Most people are confused about karma. And Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan talks about karma bandhana, the bondage of karma. The bondage of karma. So here is the bondage of karma. Let me explain this very simply to you. Look here. First rule. Every karma will have a phala, result. It does not matter whatever karma it is, it will have a result. So the first rule is every karma must have a result by law. Bhagavan made the world like that. Karma pradhana visvakari rakha. He made the world like this. Second rule now. The result will go to whom? The result will go to the person from whom the karma ensued. It cannot go to another person. So first rule, every karma has a result. Second rule, the result has to go to that person only who did that karma, not to somebody else. Who does the crime, he has to do the time. Both good and bad karma, not only bad karma. So if you do something good, the good result will come only to right. Now third thing. In one lifetime, like from your birth till now, until you die, how many karmas you have done or you would have done? This is point number 3. Well, you would have done countless karmas, isn't it? Because every thought is a karma also. So if you have done 1 gazillion karmas, and the second rule was what? Whoever did the karma, he has to reap the result. So if you have done a gazillion karmas, when you will reap those gazillion results? That is why you have to be born again. And that is called karma bandhana. Now you are bound to be born to reap the result of those karma. That is called karma bandhana in Bhagavad Gita. So many times Bhagavan mentioned this thing. Now when you come to reap the result of those gazillion karmas which you did, you do a gazillion more. And then you come to reap the result of, and that goes on and on and on. And so we have a storehouse of karma. It's called a bank account of karma. The thing is called a sanchita karma. What is the name? Sanchita karma. And in that sanchita karma, how many karmas we have stored there? Countless. Literally countless. Huh? So how many lifetimes I have to take to receive the result of all of those karmas? Right. Literally countless. And there is only one way to come out of that. Only one way to come out of that. That thing is called mukti. Enlightenment. Nirvana. Moksha. If I do not get this moksha, this is just one string of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of karma and karma phala and karma and karma phala and karma, and that goes on and on and on eternally. That is called as karma bandhana. And there is only one notwithstanding clause or one escape clause or one, what do you call that? Exit strategy, yes. There is only one exit strategy for that. That thing is called as mukti. And what happens when we get mukti? With the law says all karmas have to come back to that person only. Well, when we get mukti, all those karmas are burnt away in a flash upon mukti. All karmas are burnt away. Only for that person who gets that mukti. This is the teaching of Karma Siddhanta. Karma Siddhanta in the Shastra is a big topic, but this is the brief summary of what I just gave you in Karma Siddhanta. So now, this person is subject to karma. He's subject to time, he's subject to karma, he's subject to subhav. Subhav means swabhav. Swabhav means all of us come here with our own various types of nature and all that kind of thing. If every jiva, when I come in this world, this jiva, in the same house, they are twins also. And this one of the twin, he will like cheese sandwich. And the other fellow, he likes some other type of sandwich. Even though they are born from the same womb at the same time, one likes this and one likes that. And this one turns out to be a lawyer and this one turns out to be an engineer. He doesn't want to hear anything about law. That happens or not? That's called swabhav. Everybody comes with their own nature. Their own inclination, own likes and dislikes, own personality. So different from the other. Even if though we call them identical twins also. So it's the jiva moving from one body to even among the other bodies also. 5 puppies will be born at the same time. And each puppy will be totally different. They all have their own personalities. You see that. Cats and all. Everything. So swabhav means subject to that. And guna means the 3 guna. See, one will be more sattvic, one will be more rajasic, one will be more tamasic. The jiva is subject to all of these things. Part of the whole prakriti, maya. So jiva, sattvic, rajasic and tamasic words we have dealt with before. You'll see one fellow, early morning he gets up and he is doing his thing, and in the other one, wake up, boy. Wake up, girl. The mother and father waking up, but they don't wake up. You try all sorts of things. But I have found the real formula for waking up. You know what is it? The real formula for waking up children in the morning, you have to feed them boot polish. Boot polish, you know? They polish your boot. Boot polish mixed with yeast. Yeast, you know, that you use for baking. You feed them boot polish and yeast. Next morning they'll rise and shine. Any best formula for waking up anybody anyone? Anybody who's tamasic and they can't wake up. Anyway, so all the jivas in whichever body, whether it be a donkey body or monkey body, even a donkey, one donkey will walk very nicely and also the other donkey lazy. Huh? Have you seen that? In Trinidad, we have a pepper. It is called scorpion pepper. That is the hottest pepper you will ever taste. And nobody could dare eat it. You can touch it on your tongue, but you dare not bite that thing. So one fella, he had a lazy donkey. The donkey did not want to go, So the neighbor said, "Arey bhai, there's such a simple solution for that. You cut that scorpion pepper in half, and you open his mouth, and you put that there." So that fellow cut that, and he put that half of pepper in the donkey's mouth, and that donkey took off. Now this fellow could not even see his donkey. So then he asked this man, now look what you caused. How I'll catch my donkey? You eat the other half. Then you'll see how fast you'll catch that donkey. Not only catch, he'll pass the donkey going there. But even a donkey also, some donkeys will walk very nicely, and there are some donkeys, they're lazy like anything. So they're called gunas, the tamas. So one donkey will be rajasic. So human being, donkeys, monkeys, all same. Subject to the same three gunas. And you'll see among dogs, some dogs are so smart. Yesterday only somebody told me that that dog, he just ran out of the gate and got hit by a car. Yesterday before I came. He doesn't have road sense, he doesn't have. And there are other street dogs. Oh, they play close to line. That car is coming and they're waiting. Come. Only when that car reaches this much they go. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas is there in even the trees. People trees are supposed to be very sattvic trees. Tamarind tree, tamasic. So trees, animals, everything. So the whole, all jivas, whether I'm in a tree body, an animal body, a human body, we all are subject to these four things which are given there. Kal, karma, subhav, and guna. Kal means all the things which are there in the universe, they will get old or not. Time. Slowly. All jivas. Even if you become Indra, Brahmadev, Brahmaji, he also has a time for that seat. He is also subject to time, Kal. And also he keeps going from one body to the next. Kabahuka karikaruna naradehi deta isa binu hetu sanehi. This is a very famous line. It means Bhagwan by his, it says here, binu hetu sanehi. Because of his love, which is without reason. How one gets from one animal body to a human body? For no reason at all. There is no reason. Bhagwan's prakriti, Bhagwan's nature is such, and his love is such that in one lifetime I get a human body. I move from animal body to a human body, or from a tree's body to a human body. I move. And that is the one time when I get this golden chance. You see, Bhagwan's thesis is being developed. I get this golden chance of being born as a human being. And so, I have an opportunity to realize that Paramatma. Some Mahatma was describing it as like this. See his description. You are standing in the middle of a field. Middle of a field. And that field is surrounded by a wall. It is enclosed. High wall. And there are 8 8.4 million doors to get out of that field. 8.4 million doors in that wall. And you are blind also. And all those doors are locked, except one. All doors are locked. You can't get out. Only one door is unlocked. Now you think, in one day, you cannot finish 8.4 million doors. Isn't it? So you go and you try the first door and you're blind. You have to feel. Try this door, nothing doing. Next door. In one day, how many you will finish? 200-300. Then you'll get tired and you'll have to rest. Now you have to remember which door is the last one you checked. Because when you wake up after your sleep and all that kind of thing, you don't know where you have stopped. And then you do that and do that. And then, when you reach the door that is unlocked and you're about to, then that time an ant bites you on your foot. And now you don't know which door you had just gone by because you jumped. Anything could happen, isn't it? So the idea is your chances of finding that door from 8.4 million, it is that chance that we have gotten in this human body. This is how this Mahatma was describing this thing. This human body is like that chance. It seems almost impossible. So cover hook by some unexplained grace of Paramatma, we got this human body. Naratanu bhava bhariti kau bero sanmukh marut anugraha mero. And Bhagavan said this body which we have gotten is like the boat to cross over this ocean. So I have gotten a boat, this boat. And Bhagavan sanmukh marut anugraha mero. And Bhagavan's grace is a favorable wind to blow my sailboat across. And Karanadhar Sadguru Dhira Nava. And the boatman to steer the boat is some guru which I have found in this lifetime. So I have Bhagavan's favorable wind, his grace. I have the guru who is the one who is going to steer this boat of this body. And I got this body by some unexplained grace of the Lord. Durlabha saja sulabha kari pawa. And this which seems so unachievable can be achieved by this. And then what? He concludes now, see number 44. Jo natare bhavasagar. Nara, that human being who getting this, you see, we cannot even say once in a lifetime. Getting this rare opportunity in a human birth, that person, and he does not gain mukti, does not cross over this sansar. That person who gets it and doesn't cross over, narsamaja asa pai, having gotten a human birth. Then, so krita nindak, Mandamati. He is blameworthy and ungrateful and the worst of beings, the worst of jivas, like that. Nindak. And Mandamati. Absolutely foolish. It is absolutely foolish for us. And Atma Hana Gati Pai. Atma Hana Gati Jai. This is very strong word. He has, as though, committed suicide. The person who gets this human birth and does not strive for mukti. It's an amazing thing. Huh? So, Bhagavan, now see how many verses he has gone in one topic. Usually he doesn't do that unless the topic is very important. He finishes that in no time. Topic is very important topic. You see? He continues there, see. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. So parlok asukh chahu. Suni mama vachan hriday dre chahu. Sulabh sukhadama rajaya bhai. Bhagat mori pran shruti kadam sadhan padhina man kavita. Karat kasta bahu pavai ko. Bhakti mohi priya ko. Bhajasi prasa kala sukhan. Vinu sat sangana pavaji prani. Punya punya dinu ilahi nasanta. Satsangati samsriti haranta. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Jau paralok iha sukha chahu. So if a jiva wants happiness in this world and wants happiness hereafter, that jiva wants that. Suni mama bachana hridaya dhira gahu. Then listen, Bhagavan is saying no. Listen to my words, my teachings, and you take it to heart and you follow. Means to say, hold on strongly to my words and follow. If you want joy here and hereafter. This is the Bhagavan's exhortation to the people of Ayodhya and to all of us. Then Sulabha Sukhada Maraga Yaha Bhai. This path which I am going to tell you, this path is easy and joy giving. This path gives joy, which I am going to tell you. What is that path? Bhagati Mori, devotion to me. I am telling you a path to bring happiness here and hereafter. That path is called as devotion to me. Bhagati Mori, Purana Shruti Gai. And the Puranas say like that, and the Shruti Vedas also say like that. So it's not that I am telling something new. Bhagavan doesn't, he himself tells in Bhagavad Gita, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave prahu manurikshvakave bravit. He tells in the 4th chapter, I have told this to Vivasvan in the beginning. Same thing. It's the same knowledge which is taught over. And see, you have been to high school now. So when you were in grade 12, you left. You went to your college and all that. So the next grade 12 came. Next batch. What, they taught something different or what? Same. Every batch. Same. So jivas have been coming in human form for countless millennia. So the same knowledge is being taught over and over. Nothing new. No sage or saint tells there is anything new to teach. It's all the same teaching. It's just that human beings are such, we teach. And in Trinidad language, you say, boy, your head hard. Are teaching the same thing over and over and over, and you can't. Yeah. In Guyana, you say air is hard. Hard is, yeah. Hard is. Same thing taught over and over. So, Bhagati Mori Purana Shruti Gai. Bhakti, devotion to Bhagwan. And then, Bhagwan tells, immediately somebody will ask, oh, what about the path of Jnana? There's a path of devotion, Bhakti. What about the path of Jnana? The path of Jnana is also there, very prominent and famous path. So he says here, Jnana Agam Pratyuha Aneka. Jnana is very difficult. The path of knowledge is very difficult. And Pratyuha Aneka means there's so many obstacles on the path of Jnana. Look here. Sadhana kathina mana kahu teka. The mind, it is difficult. Why? Because the mind has nothing to alight on. See, if I tell you, worship Bhagavan Krishna, well, you just have to look behind me here and you will see Bhagavan there with his flute and all that, isn't it? So you have something to come in your mind. Okay, worship Brahman. Now what will come in your mind? Brahman is the absolute, attributeless, unqualified reality. Right? After I tell all those words also, what comes in your mind? Nothing. That's jnana. But if I say worship Bhagavan Shri Krishna, something comes in your mind. There's bhakti. Because you remember Bhagavan with his flute and all. Jo tu mit ana chahe, जीवन की तृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे Krishna Krishna Krishna. You can chant his name. So he says there are so many obstacles and the path of jnana is very difficult. Sadhana kathin naman kau teka. The mind has nothing to alight on. Like a bird flying over the ocean, where he'll sit? When he gets tired, where he'll sit? He goes down in the water, a shark will. He has no place to alight. So, Gyan is like that. Bhagavan Ram is telling, Karata kashta kau pavahi kou bhakti hina mohi priya nahi so. Even if a person goes through by great difficulty, he achieves this knowledge. It means he pushes himself and he's able to understand his Brahman and Paramatma and all of these things in Gyan Marg. In Gyan Marg, path of knowledge. He says, still the person is devoid of bhakti and so he is not dear to me. Because he has no devotion. So in other words, Bhagavan Sri Ram is making a case for devotion. That is devotion to him. Bhakti Sutantra. And now it says Bhakti is Sutantra. Sutantra means it is independent. Bhakti Sutantra Sakala Sukha Khani. Bhakti is the root of all joy. You see, I was reading somebody's, they were going on some journey. They were driving from San Diego, like that, north all the way to Seattle or something, whatever, right? So they said every summer they get the children in the car, they get the whole family in, and they drive someplace. So what they do, okay, this is our destination. So you get everything in the car and we'll stop at this place and then we'll continue and we'll reach there at such and such time. And nowadays you have technology to help you tell you also when you will reach there. Right. So she was writing about her journeys over the years. And she realized that every year we leave and we are going to this destination, we are anxious to get there. And your children say, Mom, are we there yet? Huh? You know, all the children say like that. When are we going to get there? So everybody is anxious to get there. So then she said, this particular year, after doing that for many years, 5-10 years, this particular year they decided, as we are going, we see something here, we get off and we'll go there and we'll explore a little bit and we'll, enjoy this place. And the next town we'll stop there and enjoy that place and see what they have there. And then the other town we'll stop. And by the time they get there, they stopped at 5-10 times in different places and they explore, and they never knew that this town had the best ice cream and that town had the best, fudge and whatever and all and all. So in other words, previously, going was a big burden. That marga was a big burden and everybody's anxious to get there. And now, she said she learned how to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Okay, we'll stop here and we'll see what is there and explore and see what is going on and all that and learn new things and all. So, we can have a path which is arduous, which is cumbersome, or we can have a path which is joyful. So that is what Bhagavan Ram is trying to tell here. The path of jnana is arduous and cumbersome, and the path of bhakti is joyful, like that. It's a joyful path. Therefore, when we speak only pure Vedanta, so then I will come there and no harmonium and no tabla, and then we'll start something in Sanskrit and then start telling all the principles of Vedanta and this. You know how many people will come? Morning class? 5. Because that thing doesn't have any rus, But when we have music and tabla and singing and, all these stories and all those type of things, there's a bhakti marg. This is different. So many people will come. If I start telling you now in this class, okay, today, my dear, we are going to do the Chatur 4. Chatur Mahavakya. Mahavakyaha from the Shastras. Tattvamasi Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi Mahavakya, Vijnanam Brahma Mahavakya, I am Atma Mahavakya. I am telling like this now. After I do 10 minutes of that, all of you will go. Because what is this Mahavakya business and all talking and all Sanskrit words? So this is Gyan Marg. People don't want to hear that much. It is a very cumbersome path. That's what he means to say. And bhakti now, sutantra sakala sukha khani. The bhakti marg gives great joy. And the important word is sutantra. Sutantra means what? Sutantra means bhakti is not dependent on other things. Like for example, if you have to be on the Gyan marg, they'll tell you, first you have to develop Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. You have to develop, because these are the qualifications required. So if you don't develop this qualification, what you will learn in Gyan Marg? Nothing. But bhakti does not depend on any qualification. Anybody can Anybody can come in Bhakti Marg. No qualifications required. Anybody come and sit down and there was one preacher, preacher with a pulpit and all. So he was preaching and one drunk man used to come and sit right by the door over there. Right by the door. And every time he comes, he's drunk. So the preacher used to see him walk in, but he's preaching, but he can't go there. So he's thinking, when I'm finished, I will go there and speak with him. Every time he comes drunk. But as soon as he's finished speaking, that fellow is right by the door, he'll slip out and he'll go. So this preacher could never get to that man. So anyway, one day the preacher is standing downtown by the bus stop. So the same man now, he came up to that preacher with a newspaper under his arm. So he said, preacher. The preacher turned around and realized it's the same man. Oh, preacher, I wanted to know what causes arthritis. Drunk man asking, what causes arthritis? So then the preacher got his opportunity. Now he wanted to talk to this man for the longest while now. Oh, arthritis, huh? You want to know? It's all this drinking. All this drinking and all this bad lifestyle and all this bad habits and all that is what causes arthritis. Huh? He said, hey, preacher, you don't have to get so upset. I just asked a simple question, Because just now I was reading this newspaper and I see the Pope has arthritis. But in the Bhakti Marg, even if this drunk man come, you require no qualification. In fact, he needs the Bhakti more than others, isn't it? He needs it more than other people. You don't have to be qualified in this or qualified in that. You come from this place or that place or the other place. Anybody who comes there, he is qualified. This is Bhakti Marg, is Sutantra. No requirements required. No qualifications. It's not dependent on any other thing. In Gyan Marg also, they said, you have to have Chitta Shuddhi before you could, the qualification, you have to have Chitta Shuddhi. Before you can get into that Marg, you will not understand anything. But in Bhakti Marg, you went there for Chitta Shuddhi. In the Bhakti Marg, I went there to purify my mind. And that's Sutantra. This word is a very nice word. Bhakti, Punya Punja Binu Milahi Nasanta. I left out one line. Binu Satsanga na pavahi prani. So without satsang, this prani, means this jiva without satsang will never get bhakti. This is the first thing. This is a nice, what you call string of things, Without satsang, he will never get bhakti. Now how he gets satsang now? Next line says, Punya Punja Binu Milahi Nasanta. We will not get satsang without amassing lot of punya karma. Now see, if you take the drunk man for instance, we make a lot of jokes about drunk people, because drunk people are like, one drunk fellow came home in the late night and he knocking on his own door. He knocks on his own door. He knocks. And he lives alone. He lives alone and he's knocking on his own door. So the neighbor next door, he's hearing this knock. So the neighbor pokes out his head from his window and he sees this man knocking on his own door. And neighbor also is a great guy, Arey bhai sahab, that man is not at home. This drunk man, okay. He also went away like that. What a thing. So, to use the example of the drunk man again, who comes. When he comes, we cannot know if in some previous life he has done so many punya karma already. Maybe his time has come. Maybe it is time for him to leave this drinking and leave things and make a turn in his life. Like that. And that happens quite often. I have seen that many times. So, all of these things which I am telling, sometimes they sound far-fetched and all. But a man actually came and sat in my satsang long ago. And he came there and sat there right in the last seat. And that man told me long after, he said, Swamiji, you may not know, but that day I sat there, that was the day I decided to give up drinking. Because when he was sitting there, he was drunk. So that can only happen because of punya karma of the... Yeah. So, with that punya karma, he gets to have satsang. And with that, from that satsang, he gets to develop devotion, bhakti. You see? As satsangati samsriti kara anta. And this satsang which he gets, and the devotion which he develops, that brings an end to this samsaric journey. The journey of birth and death. So, if we have to do anything, the best thing we can do now is to go on, make sure that we stay in satsang. Because you already did punya karma to be in the satsang, isn't it? If punya karma means meritorious actions, deeds. If I did not do, we would not have had the opportunity to be in this satsang. So that itself shows punya karma was there. Now Bhagavan said, I will tell one great punya which we can do. What is that punya? See. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram From Bhajan Pada Puja Sanukul Tehi Parami Deva Jota Jitapa Dij Seva Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Ram Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. Punya ek jag mahu nahi duja. I am going to tell you now one great punya karma which we can all do in this lifetime. What is that? Manakrama Bachanam Viprapada Puja. To have in body, speech and mind to do worship of the feet of Vipra. Vipra word is translated in English many times as Brahmana. But Tulsidas ji is very interestingly, this Brahmana word he doesn't use in this Ramcharitmanas. One rare or two rare occasions in 12,000 verses, he uses this Vipra word all the time. Vipra is a Sanskrit word. It's coming there. Vipra. Vipra means, now so the V from Sanskrit becomes B in this avati. Yeah? So it is Vipra. So Vipra is there in Vedic. What is that? Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahudhaha Vadanti word. I'm sure all of you have heard this quotation. Vipra. So let me tell you the Vipra word. Vipra means Visheshena Prajna. Visheshena Prajna means those who have come upon the special knowledge which is there in this universe. Now, what is the meaning of that now? The meaning of that is, see, all of us, we are born in this world, and when you are born in your house, what they tell you? Are beta, beti, you go to school, study well, do well in school, and when you do well, you will get a good job. When you get a good job, you will make good money, and that's what everybody taught or not. And when you make good money, you will have a good everything, good life and all that. Everybody taught that kind of thing. So this is just ordinary knowledge, and this is the way to do it. This is the way to study, and this is the way to get ahead and to compete and to make sure that you get your piece of the pie, and you're taught all of those things, isn't it? How to make a living. So this is called as ordinary knowledge. And so anybody who is going along this path of ordinary knowledge, he has only had one birth. One birth. He is the person, and see, in the second line, he gives another synonym for Vipra. They call it Dvija. Dvija is the other synonym. The one who has a second birth. Second birth means now, Dvija in Sanskrit is also a bird. You know, a bird has two births. First, the bird is born as an egg from the mother. And then after a little while, from the egg is born again. So two births. So the same thing with this Jiva now, who's come into this world as a human being, and he's just living the ordinary life. And if he wakes up from an ordinary life to an extraordinary life through spirituality, he has as though taken a second birth. He has gotten special knowledge of what is there behind the universe and all of that kind of thing. In the Gita, he's called as Pandit. Pandit. So, the one who has this special knowledge, Visheshena Prajna, he's called as Vipra. He has had a second birth, Dvija. So these are the words Tulsidas uses throughout the Ramayana, because the words are very profound, deep words. So the one who has woken up from the ordinary living, like all the creatures also, they live an ordinary life. The cow sees grass and he eats grass. He sees water and he drinks. She drinks water. So human beings do the same thing. I see something there to take, so I take it. It is for the taking. So the one who goes beyond that and wakes up to a higher life, an extraordinary life, a spiritual life, to something greater, bigger, more expansive, and all that, he has taken a second birth. He has special knowledge. He is called as Prajna or Dvija. Two words he uses in two lines. See? Yeah, there in yellow. So he says to make sure that we worship such people is called Punya Karma. Because those are the ones who are going to lead us to something higher. To worship such people is called Punya Karma. And in the Doha, he gives one more Punya Karma. See that? guputamata. One more secretive thing I'm going to tell you. Sabahi kahau kar jori. I put my hands together and I tell all of you, Bhagavan Ram himself is putting his hands together and telling all the people of Ayodhya. He says what? Sankara bhajan bina nara bhagati na pavai. Without devotion to Bhagavan Shiva, you will never ever get devotion to me. He tells to Bhagavan Ram. So without devotion to Bhagavan Shiva, means we have to learn to worship Bhagavan Shiva. Then only we can attain to, and the reverse also. With Bhagavan Shiva also tells, without devotion to Bhagavan Ram, you can never get devotion for Bhagavan Shiva. That means what? We have to have devotion for the both. And Tulsidas ji, what he is doing here, in these type of verses in Ramcharitmanas, he is trying to bring about oneness, togetherness of, in his time, because he was writing 500 years ago, Shaivites and Vaishnavites, they used to fight like anything. Just like how today you have Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslims, how they blow up each other and all. I mean, this was not that bad, but they used to fight. Shaivite means those who worship Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva and the avatars of Bhagavan Shiva. And those who worship Vishnu Bhagavan and the avatars of Vishnu. Right? So they used to fight. So now what he is doing, and Tulsidas ji succeeded. This was the final death knell to this fight between Vaishnavites and Shaivites. He brought it to an end through this Ramcharitmanas. Nowadays, anybody can... Have you ever had any fight with any Shaivite or Vaishnavite? Not yet, you'll see. Aao baitho japo hari naam Shiv ji ke mandir mein. Aao baitho japo hari naam Shiv ji ke mandir mein. Shiv ji ke mandir, Shiv ji ke mandir, Shiv ji ke mandir mein. Aao baitho japo hari naam Shiv ji ke mandir mein. Aao Now see how it has evolved so nicely. These are songs, and I don't know where this song was composed. I feel it comes out of Trinidad because I have not heard it in India. But we sang this thing as children. Aao, baitho, you come, sit. Aao, baitho, japo, Hari Naam. Come, sit, chant the name of Hari. Kaha? Shivaji ke mandir mein. In the Shivaji mandir, come and sit down and chant the name of Hari. So this thing worked. We've been singing this bhajan all my life. It worked well, isn't it? So Bhagavan Ram is telling, if you don't have devotion for Bhagavan Shiva, you could never have devotion for me, Bhagavan Ram. I mean the same thing Bhagavan Shiva also. If you don't have devotion for Bhagavan Ram, you cannot have devotion for me. So Vaishnava and Shaiva. Vaishnava is Ram. Ram is Vishnu avatar. And Bhagavan Shiva, like that. And it worked well. Alright. So this is another punya karma. What? Worship Bhagavan Shiva. Now, Bhagavan topic was what? Bhagavan topic was the path of bhakti is nice. Bhakti sutantra valambana anar. Some other place he says. Here bhakti sutantra. And bhakti is sugam marg, sukha marg. Easy path of joy. So his topic is bhakti. Well, that this was all side points so far. Not tomorrow we'll see the topic of bhakti. He'll get into it. Nice verses are there. We'll see that. And that will bring an end to this Purajana Gita. Right. Tomorrow morning, we have satsang again at 9:30. And the topic is Narad Moha Prasanga. Those of you who have not heard Narad Moha Prasanga, you missed out a big thing. You have to come and hear that. Narad Moha Prasanga means Narad ji one day got deluded, and it's really nice, profound, and all at the same time very funny. Satsang. How it comes about, Bhagavan Shiva is telling many reasons why Bhagavan Vishnu took avatar at different times. So he took avatar once as Ram. Bhagavan Shiva is telling. He's telling to Parvati ji. He took avatar as Ram because Narad gave him a shrap. Narad gave Bhagavan Vishnu a shrap, a curse. And so, because of that curse, he took avatar as Ram. And Parvati ji, what? Narad gave Bhagavan a shrap. That is amazing. So if you want to hear the continuation of that story, you will have to come tomorrow, because that story starts from that one. Alright, we will have Arati.